Welcome.
Welcome.
Give me a second. Okay, I got it.
Cheers. All right, everyone. Welcome to 2.5 Frisbees, episode 1.
2.5.
My name is Mac.
My name is Ben.
Yeah, Mac, aka
Yeah,
Drizzle.
I didn't mean
Ben.
to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
Ben, aka Vegan Pretty Boy. Leafy Green Vegan Machine.
I feel like we're just gonna be working on nicknames.
Yeah. I don't know. I like
Probably.
changing it up.
We'll probably new nicknames every episode. We didn't really talk about what we were gonna talk about, huh?
No. My idea was we talk about the best burger. But we got options. This is our first video. I'm not too worried about it.
So,
Like, Mac, what do you think?
as a vegan, then,
Yeah.
which burger was better? A vegan burger you've had, or one since your pre-vegan days?
Oh, well, I've been vegan and vegetarian for so long, I don't remember meat. And so I like the Beyond Burger. I like the Impossible Burger. I think the Beyond Burger is better. And I guess I've heard a couple people talk about it, but they say that it's lighter than an actual burger, and that's what they like about it. Though I can't remember. I haven't had meat in however long.
Well, how long have you been vegan?
2 years. And then vegetarian for 5.
You don't remember?
I don't remember what meat tastes like. I think the Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger are close enough.
Okay, but like I've had tofu, and tofu, it's all.
Does tofu taste like meat?
I feel like you just always remember what tofu tastes like.
What's that?
I just feel like you always remember what tofu tastes like.
Versus what meat tastes like? I remember what seafood tastes like.
Yeah, it's fucking
Seafood's great. Yeah. What do you think I miss?
I fucking hate seafood.
You hate seafood.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Or are you allergic?
No.
And
what people say is they're always like, you hate seafood. Well, you just haven't had it cooked right. No, that's false. I've been to like some fancy ass places, and they're like,
what have you had? Like just fish, just
salmon,
shellfish?
Crab, shrimp,
and none of it.
Lobster.
You haven't liked any of it in any kind of dish.
No. I went to so I diehard Forrest Gump fan, right? So I have a Forrest Gump tattoo.
That's true. That's very
on
true.
my calf that has Tom Hanks wearing a Bubba Gump hat. I went to Bubba Gump, like the restaurant,
right? yeah.
And I had shrimp only because I had to have shrimp there. Only it's like my favorite movie ever, so I was like, okay, I gotta eat.
Right.
Bubba Gump shrimp.
Did you get shrimp and grits?
I don't remember. I mean, I got several dishes because I thought if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah. Is this like your first time ever having seafood?
No, this is probably the most recent time I've had seafood.
Okay.
So prior to that, I've had seafood maybe through like caterers and a bunch of different things, but never ever like my dad used to be a commercial fisherman. And he'd bring back like tons of fish.
And you never liked it.
Never liked it. Always hated it.
See, that's the one thing I miss. Being a vegan. I went to Japan, though, within that 5-year vegetarian span. And so, when I was in Japan, I was like, well, I'm not going to just miss out on eating all the seafood. I went pescatarian.
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian.
What?
I went Presbyterian, and I ate, like, seafood with ramen, sushi. I mean, you can't not go to Japan and not eat seafood.
I think, yeah, it's true. You think like Anthony Bourdain, he's like, he's gonna eat whatever.
Whatever.
If I'm here, if this is what's good, I'm gonna eat it.
R.I.P. Anthony Bourdain, that was great.
Yeah. I don't know if I did
that. Going back though, what do you think the best burger? Like, what makes a burger the best burger?
I think the meat is only half of it. So, like, depending on how you cook it, a lot of it is, like, how well you like your burger done. For me, I'm a medium rare person. I like juicy burgers.
Okay.
But I also don't like it so that it looks like it's too juicy, and there's got to have a little bit of, like, that crumble to it, I would say. But the most important part of, a pretty good burger, like, as far as taking it from like a decently level playing field to being like a championship contender burger is the sauce.
Oh, I do like the sauce.
I
do.
You gotta have a good sauce.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the condiment makes it, or the I don't know what it's called. The accompaniment, the garnish, like the lettuce, tomato, onion. Like what accompanies a burger makes a burger. Because I can get down with teriyaki pineapple burger. But I also agree with you in that, like, if I was to overcook a Beyond Burger, I think it would just be too crunchy. I don't really like a crunchy burger. I really want, like, that's what makes the Beyond Burger better than the Impossible.
Well, the Beyond is the one, the really juicy one, right? Or is that the Impossible?
I think it's the juicier one of the two.
I've never had one. I've looked at it every single time, but I just like burgers so much that when I go to order it, I just can't bring myself to do it.
Well, I'll bring some home. We'll grill out. So that's what I think. I think like a juicy burger, but you gotta have like the right accompaniments because, and I cooked one recently, but like I like vegan cheese on it.
Okay, but
I miss that.
What do you think the leading cause of vegan farts is?
The leading cause of vegan farts?
Yes.
Vegetables.
But have you... I had some vegan cheese once. I had the bubble guts, bro. It was a...
You had what?
The bubble guts.
What are bubble guts? I've never heard that term before.
Bubble guts is like when you eat something and you're like... You feel that bubble inside and you're like... It means like you're like either gotta go shit...
Oh, that's me 24/7.
That's
it. That's vegan 24/7.
That sounds awful.
It's awesome.
So what you're saying is, when the coronavirus pandemic started, you got really scared with the toilet paper supply going low.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely terrible.
I think you remember, like, we were talking about toilet paper, and we wanted to make sure we had some, and we started freaking out because we were like, not at home, couldn't check, and our roommate wasn't home either. So we're like, do we even have toilet paper? Do we need to stock up? And there's no toilet paper in the stores.
Are we about to be shit out of luck?
Shit out of luck. What are Well, I think we covered the Beyond.
I think feel good about this burger. We can edit this part out.
We could leave it unedited.
Or we could leave this unedited.
Just us here in the moment.
We're gonna watch it back. We're 8 minutes into this thing now.
8 minutes? I thought it was longer.
I seriously thought we were like 10.
We'll keep going though.
Okay, well, let's move on to another topic.
Okay. I came up with the burger one.
Well,
I say nose goes.
I have one day.
Okay. Go perfect.
I'm a co-host of a podcast.
Cheers.
2.5 frisbees.
Cool cutscene right there. Just
nukes.
Yeah. Waves. Okay.
So I guess question that I have for the panel.
Okay. Sure.
Is who is the greatest rapper?
Oof.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, greatest rapper. That's such a hard question. Just of all time, just the greatest rapper? And are we including poets?
I mean, Dr. Seuss, low-key, had some fucking bars.
I was going to mention Dr. Seuss. I was going to say like Edgar Allan Poe. Great storyteller.
Phenomenal.
Love his poems. God. For me, I think it depends on, like, a rapper that I could listen to any day of the week. And in my opinion, that would be the best rapper. And I think that's going to be... No, man. What's yours? Before, like... Give me some time to think. What's yours?
So for me, I don't think music is an art, and anytime you run into any kind of art, it's such a tough pecking order. It's not like sports where you can be this team's the best, they have the accolades to prove it, like they won the NBA title or they won the Super Bowl,
right.
and like they are the champions. Champions Cup. What are they doing? Soccer? What is it called?
Champions
League.
Person, yeah.
The Bjorn. I don't know.
The Soccer Cup.
The one with the soccer. not a soccer. Anyway, not the point. You can't. There's no definitive like win. I guess it's because like
Right.
it's gonna hit everybody different.
And you don't think the Grammy is a win?
No, the Grammys are not a. The Grammys.
Okay,
Grammys ain't shit. Like
I want to play devil's advocate.
okay, so here's the thing. This is the moment I started to lose hope in the Grammys was when "Good Kid, Mad City" by Kendrick Lamar got beat out by "The Heist" by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. And don't get me wrong, I loved "The Heist."
Right.
It was a good album.
I don't think it should have been Kendrick though.
But who do you know who's still bumping any Macklemore songs from that? Like who's like, dude, I'm still
kids who haven't heard Macklemore. That's who's bumping it right now.
I mean, Macklemore's got bars, and I respect him as one of the best performers I've ever seen live. No disrespect to Macklemore. Macklemore, if you ever see this,
please sponsor us.
We've met a couple times. I've made you a cold brew.
Feel free to hop on.
If you want to sponsor our episode, that'd be sweet. We do love you.
Check out the Heist album.
But this is the thing. This is the thing about even like in the Grammys when that happened, Macklemore came out and said, "Yo, Kendrick Lamar deserved this." Like
he said that.
Yeah, he was just like he was very like self-aware of the fact that "Good Kid, Mad City" should have beat him out.
It's a fire album. I still love songs.
I still listen to it pretty regularly. So
yeah.
And then I'll tell you about the moment that the Grammys like all the way lost there.
Okay.
Well, I mean there was a couple more times, but the most recent one where I was like, absolutely, do I not give a fuck about the Grammys? Was when Cardi B. I don't remember what one of her albums.
Are we gonna bleep that out or just leave it?
What, the Cardi B part?
No, the fuck.
Oh, we'll just leave it.
Oh, okay, cool.
We can swear our own fucking podcast.
I didn't fucking know. I don't know who's running this. I don't know who's seeing it.
Okay, so Cardi B beats out Mac Miller's "Swimming" for album of the year.
I remember that. I remember Cardi B winning. I didn't know she beat Mac Miller though.
Where this is also, I mean, I'm jaded because I'm biased towards Mac Miller.
Yeah, you're even wearing a shirt.
Right I'm wearing a Mac Miller shirt.
G-Eazy right here, rep it.
People are, yeah, okay, so here's the thing. But when that happened, and it was like, why? Nobody listens to that Cardi B music anymore.
I don't know if you could say that. I mean, I'm sure people listen to it.
I'm sure people do. I mean, I guess just in like my circle and the people I talk to don't. And so that's like the tough part where I'm like, okay, the music that I like isn't part of the Grammys. So a lot of the greatest rappers, which is, perfect circle back here, a lot of the greatest rappers don't win the Grammys.
Okay, so you wouldn't even consider that as like
you're not gonna
category or like a criteria.
Exactly, because a lot of times, like the best like rap music, in my opinion, as far as like lyrically and all of that, doesn't always make it to the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So like Lupe Fiasco or like Mos Def, for example, they're both like insane lyricists where they can just spit bars all day long, just disgusting flow. And then, but they don't ever have any songs on the radio, and every single time they drop any projects, it's always like low fanfare. But if you find it, you know for sure that you're about to listen to something crazy.
Right.
Even then, I still wouldn't like put those guys in my list of like top, like greatest rappers. I feel like because it is that art, you can't necessarily say one's the best, but I feel like there's people who are in the conversation. So that's going to be like... So
who is the epitome of rapping? Who do you think like is the best rapper? And then bring it back down.
Well, personally, my favorite rapper,
that's what
my personal favorite rapper is Mac Miller.
Right.
I feel like I've always just kind of grown up with him.
Mm-hmm.
We were around the same age. Like, his music was always we were always kind of following the same. I always felt like emotionally when he would put out an album, I would connect to that album with whatever stage of life I was in.
Yeah, you've talked about this before.
So, that's that's why I love Mac Miller. It's more of like a personal thing, but I'm looking objectively because I also like love music aside from the fact of that, and I'm not going to be a front runner where I say that Mac Miller's the greatest rapper because he's my favorite.
Right.
It's like, I fucking hate the New England Patriots, but they're the greatest team to ever play football. Like, they have everything to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just like there's a conversation where you have to have like you just put people in it, and you have to put people in from the era. So you have to have Nas, you have to have Eminem,
Tupac's
got to be in there, Biggie's got to be in there. I don't really fuck with Biggie's music, but he's got it.
Right.
So there's that, and then Lil Wayne completely like revolutionized. He took over the world there for
trap music, trap rap.
I don't know necessarily what to classify him as in what subgenre, but you get it. I think Lil Wayne's in the conversation.
Old Kanye West is great.
I think Kanye's in the conversation.
Yeah.
Simply because of longevity, and like he puts out extremely good work every single time, even when you think maybe it's not his best work.
It's still, yeah,
you still listen to it and you go, damn, I forgot Kanye was this good at rapping.
I think it's Kendrick for me.
And Kendrick is another one of those people who's in the conversation. I think J. Cole is in there as well. Personally, I'm in more of that new school right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's Kendrick, J. Cole, and Mac Miller for me. Okay. If I had to give you a top three.
Oh, okay. I say Kendrick because any day of the week, going back to that, I can listen to him, and he has such a different flow and different songs. His Untitled's are great.
That Untitled album is insane.
It's awesome. I was listening to it earlier today. People rap over his beats, and even include like snippets of his songs into it. Just makes the whole song an even greater song. And I think that if people can do that with your music, and if I can listen to it, I'm really picky with my music. I sometimes I get into moods, and I don't want to listen to a certain type of music. But if I play Kendrick, I'm gonna listen to that song all the way through. There's no doubt about it. I'm gonna jam to it. He's great live. I saw him in Austin City Limits.
I'm sure. I've
heard awesome live.
Never had the opportunity, but
I think he's just for me. That's what makes him, in my opinion, the best rapper. I can listen to him live. I can listen to him in the car, anywhere. He's great.
For me, what I love the most about Kendrick is his albums are always a complete piece of work. Mm-hmm. Like every single Kendrick Lamar album, you should listen to from the first song straight through, no shuffle, no skips. Like you want to get everything in it because it's so intricate. There's so much going on and so much that he's talking about that you should probably like start paying attention.
I would mention that with Mac Miller's Circles.
Yeah.
Circles, I think Vince Staples' Fun in the Summer, and I think Logic's YSIV, I don't know what that was called, Young Sinatra 4, I think.
This more recent one?
Yeah, because I was driving from Portland to Sacramento, and I just listened to the whole thing.
We could look at one. We had the technology.
And it's just that when you can listen to the whole album and it flows and you got different styles of music, different I don't know a better word, but a rhyme scheme. The flow. I think that if you can have different flows, you can have different styles. That's what makes a album a body of art.
Which I think Kendrick does that probably better than anyone.
I agree.
He just has you'll hear it and you know it's Kendrick, but it's also not him rapping. Like he does that weird like airy shit that it's just cool as fuck.
You say airy shit?
Yeah, it's like it's airy. Like I mean, there's no other way to describe it. Like it's like high pitched. It's good shit. If you don't listen to Kendrick Lamar, go ahead and look it up.
I don't know anybody who hasn't listened to Kendrick Lamar at least once.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, I'm sure there's people.
I'm sure there's people who don't like this podcast.
Is this a podcast? It's a YouTube video.
You can do podcasts on YouTube.
Can you?
Hey,
Is this
YouTube.
Tell us in the comment sections below. Is this a podcast or a video?
Like and subscribe.
No, word from our sponsors. Voodoo Ranger. They don't actually sponsor us. But if
Sorry,
they
New
would like
Belgium's
to,
Voodoo Ranger
New Belgium's
Imperial
Voodoo
IPA.
I personally like their new citrus IPA.
Is it new?
I don't know if this is the one. The Imperial IPA.
No.
This isn't new?
You're talking about the Juicy Haze IPA. The Voodoo
Not
Ranger
this one?
Juicy Haze IPA. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
this is completely different. Okay, so we're big beer guys. Based out of the Pacific Northwest. So
Northwest?
PN dubs. So the thing is, if you're not from here and you're listening to this, you probably know us as those hipsters who drink that craft beer.
Drink that crap.
And you're right.
Are we saying like in their state or wherever in the world they are, that's what we're considered as hipsters drinking craft
We're
beer?
living like the hipster capital of, well, I mean, Seattle, not really, but.
You don't think Seattle's the hipster capital?
I mean, Portland's making a run.
Portland is.
Portland, I feel like is more well known as the hipster capital.
You got a lot of people here in Seattle.
Yeah, but we don't have like the bike lanes.
Oh, that's true.
Portland has bike lanes.
Nobody
drives.
We're putting them in.
Nobody drives in Portland. It's insane. That's why they take it.
That's true. I was in Portland. That's when, going back to that story. Everybody was on a bicycle, and I'm here like just swerving.
You're like,
all
oh
over
man, I'm
the
about to
place.
hit a bitch.
I know. Am I supposed to treat them like cars or like bikes?
We don't know. I don't know. I get really scared. And that was a word from our sponsors.
Voodoo Ranger. Drink craft beer.
We could probably sell that.
I think so. That's the.
Someone.
We just
chat.
Yeah.
Someone clip that.
We just completely digress in a commercial. That's
we're
selling.
Okay, but back to the logic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about Youngstown? Oh,
Yeah,
Youngstown
Youngstown
Outfit
4.
4. Yeah, YSIV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you not listened to the album, or have you listened to the album only in like songs from the album?
I feel like I listened to it. I swear I had listened to it, but I can't necessarily tell you a single track off the album.
Okay, I couldn't, but I'm awful with tracks, awful with music, awful with names.
I mean, the last Logic album that I actually really liked was the Supermarket soundtrack. I thought that was something completely different from him. I think it was actually like really fucking well done, and it flowed super well. And he had a book going along with it, and to have a beat.
Book?
Yeah, bro, that shit was multi-dimensional, like
dimensional.
Yeah, that's a word. Right? That's a word.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dimensional is a word. I don't know what it means. Well, I know what it means. I know what it means.
Here on this podcast, we like to say words, but we don't necessarily know what they are.
Or what it means. We just want to sound smart for y'all.
So, drop in the comments below.
Every time, go to the comments. Just comment.
Talk shit.
Yeah, whatever you want. That's my love language, honestly.
If you talk shit to me, I'm just like, hug, kiss. I love you. But yeah, I think Logic stepping out of like his normal kind of like flow, and I don't like to. It's not disrespectful to the artist. I guess it's just not necessarily my cup of tea. I think Logic's really good at what he does. I just personally, the taste that I have for him is I don't like to listen to his flow. Doesn't switch up enough for me.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I'm listening to a Logic album. I know what I'm gonna get those like that kind of Eminem influence, which is also why I don't necessarily like listening to Eminem's new stuff at the same time either, because it's just like, okay, when it was big and that was it, that was what I liked, like early Eminem shit, like when I was growing up as a kid.
Yeah. Vanessa, that's my girlfriend. comment in the below. I know you love Eminem, so you're probably gonna hate this, but I agree. I don't think Eminem's the best rapper. Just because all his new stuff, I didn't personally.
He's in the conversation.
Personally, for me, I didn't like that he dropped a new album the same day that Mac Miller dropped an album.
I did hate that.
When Mac Miller's, what is that called?
Post-hominous?
Post-ominous?
Post-hominous.
Hominous.
Yeah.
It is ominous, though.
I mean, there's some Eminem ass shit to do.
It is, for sure. Disrespectful.
I mean,
is what it is.
But the thing is, it's like you can't fault the guy.
I'm down. I'm low. We got another beer.
We'll be back after a short break.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I know it was a lot. It was like a couple minutes for us, when it was only a couple of seconds for you. That's okay. These are the last 2 beers in the house,
Ew.
so we're really hoping this thing takes off,
Cheers.
so that we can buy more beer.
Yeah. Please add to our beer fund money
By liking,
subscribing,
and commenting, sharing with your friends.
Yeah, whatever it is that you do. With
Tell everyone you know. Or don't.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. We're not really that worried.
It is what it is.
Okay, going back. We're talking about rappers. Who's the best rapper in our opinion? And we're also talking about
Who's the best live rapper you've ever personally seen?
Live rapper?
Yeah, like a live rap performance.
Well, I think I mentioned it before, but Kendrick. I mean, he's an awesome rapper. I also saw Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak is, I feel, might be more classified as an R&B artist, and
Okay.
but Anderson .Paak is
was on
one of
XXL.
the most he can rap, but he can do both. That's the thing.
Okay,
He's very talented. He's probably the most talented musician I've ever seen play.
But I didn't see him in the right setting because it was also in Austin City Limits that he was playing, but he wasn't playing drums.
Oh, so you got to see Paak with the drums.
That's what I'm saying. We're a Tiny Desk concert. He's phenomenal. But I didn't get to see him in that setting. I got to see him on stage. He's still a great rapper, and he still like sold the crowd where I was at. But I think it would have been different if he was like at his own concert. He had his own venue. You could see him playing drums.
I got to see him on his Best Teeth in the Game tour, and he comes out of the middle of the stage at the venue and just pulls up from the ground on a drum set and yams the whole time. It's beautiful. And then actually, we invited you to this next party.
I know.
There was an after party.
I was tired. I didn't want to go.
You're a bitch.
I didn't want to go. I was in my apartment in Seattle thinking, I could use some sleep because I'm always showing up late. Mac here used to be my manager.
We don't need to talk about it.
And I used to show up late all the time. All the time.
Ben, maybe you should not make yourself unhireable on a podcast.
All the time. This is back. This is in the past. The past is the past. It's already over. I'm different now.
We all change.
Well, yeah, you can evolve. But I was always late, and I think I had to open the next day, and I'm like, do I really want to go out, or do I like want my job? Because I'm pretty sure it was like towards the end before I quit. Before I was asked to quit.
You're just outing yourself at this point. Ben's a great guy. He's a shitty employee.
You heard it from the manager.
I
was tired though. I didn't.
Okay, but the thing is what had happened was Ben decided he didn't want to come out to Anderson .Paak's after party.
Very bad decision.
Which
I should have. Definitely
turned out to just be a 3-hour jam session with Anderson .Paak, the Free Nationals, Thundercat, and
Thundercat was there?
Yeah, bro, just slapping the bass, bro, on it. And multiple others, and it was just like an insane time. Honestly, probably a more enjoyable time than the actual Anderson .Paak show.
Yeah.
So
just because it's in a more intimate setting.
It's just more intimate. It's like that's how like if you're watching live music, you should be. You want to hear the music, and you don't want it to be like just
like
the more free flowing anything is, the easier it comes to you, the better product you're gonna have.
I think that's
if you
more
try to
like
force something to be exactly the same,
right.
then it's just not
right.
as it doesn't feel as genuine.
I think that's where I get where personally, like, this is a goal of mine, but to have a venue, a bar setting, it's a small, intimate venue, maybe like 50 people could fit in it.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's live music, whatever it is, whatever genre it is, but I feel like that's the best venue to really, like, soak in the music, to vibe with the music. You're just with your friends, like, there's 50 people, like, maybe you don't even know each other, but that would bring those 50 people, those however many people, together, vibing. I think that's my venue, my perfect venue.
Yeah, small intimate settings. I mean, I think that's why Tiny Desk Concert has done so well on YouTube. Hey, shout out Tiny Desk Concert. If you guys want to sponsor us, have us on the Tiny Desk.
Anyone want to sponsor us? Feel free.
Whoever it is,
we will shout you out. We will do a commercial, whatever you want.
Give us money. We're trying to pay rent.
We're trying to pay rent. This is hard times.
We're trying to pay rent. Buy beer.
Oh, true.
And a better camera.
A better camera. Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, this works.
Yeah. Better seats.
Better seats. We're looking at a bare bones operation here.
No editing to the video.
We're just gonna put this shit out.
You just put upload it, whatever.
Fuck them. We don't even care. It's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna be fine. Okay. Perfect venue. You think also an intimate?
I mean, it's one of two things. It's either a really small venue and perfect. Because I also another phenomenal performance I saw Dave Matthews Band at the Gorge.
Oh, I've never seen Dave Matthews Band.
They go off. Like any of the if you're a jam band like they are, like they just any Dave Matthews song you put on, you're gonna hear the craziest riffs. You're gonna hear like Dave Matthews just crooning his ass out. Hard out? You
ass out? Did he take his ass out in the concert?
Just fucking whipped it out, dude. We really just.
Oh my god.
We're like at the fucking club. Dave Matthews on the stage.
Dave Matthews
just twerking it up.
Pants down, ass up.
Everybody in the crowd going, Dave, we love you. No. Wait. I mean, as far as the jam session goes, it was insane to watch, and it's a beautiful venue because they started playing as like the sun was setting. And I think anybody who's gone to a concert at the Gorge and seen that happen, it's kind of a next level experience when the sun is setting behind the Gorge behind you, and then there's people playing on stage, and it's something. It's something. It's something.
I vibe to reggae bands. Since I was I think 14, I was introduced to reggae. I've loved reggae music ever since. And Pacific reggae, I guess that's like the genre of music that they'd be considered under. But like those bands, any type of reggae music, they go hard and you vibe to it. And like I went to, in Colorado, there is a reggae concert. It's called Reggae on the Rocks, and it's a 12-hour reggae concert
at Red Rocks Amphitheater.
At Red Rocks Amphitheater, and I went every year. And you don't have to smoke weed to just vibe with the music. I was 15. I'm vibing with the music.
As a 15-year-old, I was smoking weed.
As a 15-year-old smoking weed?
Absolutely.
I wasn't. And I was vibing to the music. Everybody thought I was, but I wasn't. I have this, like, I have this weed American flag. It's in my room. I've had it since I was, like, 16. I'm just, like, holding it up, just dancing to the... it was Revolution that year. Yeah. But, like, you can vibe with reggae music, but it also plays into the you always think that it doesn't change up their flow. Because sometimes you'll be listening to their whole album, and if you listen to their album, sometimes you don't notice when it's a new song. Because the bass line sounds the same, almost. And if you're not paying attention, sometimes it'll just flow right into the next, and like until you hear the lyrics,
That's perfect. That's a good
know.
performance.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I want to hear it different. I want to hear them do a different type of reggae music because they do it live. They do it live, but they don't do it on an album. I love all their songs, like Revolution, Iration, Slightly Stupid. Those are my three favorite bands all time. I've listened to them since I was 14. Sometimes they don't change it up on their albums, and I just think like I wish I could have heard something different. They do it different albums, but like their albums also kind of like their whole album kind of sounds the same, and it's like I just want something different.
Well, that's what I mean. That touching back to even what I was talking about with like Logic is, I hear a lot of similarities in a lot of different Logic albums.
Right.
So for me, if I'm listening to it again, it's like, okay, well, am I getting another Logic album?
Right.
Where I mean, that's where I like Mac Miller the most. Is every album was completely different. It's like you didn't know what you were about to get.
Mm-hmm. That what is the one with? It's like the last one he had with Ariana Grande.
Oh, The Divine Feminine.
That one threw me for a loop.
I didn't like it at first. I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it because I didn't. I mean, there was several Mac Miller albums that came out that I was like, yeah, I just don't really like this. And then I like would go back a couple months after release and be like, oh, like I fuck with this, like so hard. But and it was like a while that like I was in denial with Mac Miller being one of my favorite artists at the time for whatever reason. My ankle pops.
I know. I was like, was that your foot?
That's my ankle. But I mean, not in that denial about him being my favorite artist. It was just like it always took me a minute
Stop it. That's gonna show up on the audio.
I hope so. I hope you guys can hear that. My ankle's fucked up. But it always took me a little bit to warm up to it before it became like my favorite album of the time. Like I never liked it off rip, I guess. But then until probably Good AM. Well, Good AM I liked off the bat, but then just it's like anytime anybody switches something up and you're expecting something,
right,
and you're like, yo, I really like this project by this person, and they switch it up, and you're like, I was really hoping for like maybe a little bit more advanced version of that last project.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, that's the difference between like an artist who has a vision for something and someone who's just a consumer of that product.
Right.
We're like, oh, let's listen to this and I want that same thing. But then when it comes out and you're like, it's not that same thing, dude, what the fuck? I didn't like that.
But then you're like, I wanted the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly. But then you're like, okay, let's. And then you start listening to it and you're like, oh, and then you start to see the vision. Mm-hmm. You like understand it for what it is, and then it absorbs so much more. And then
absorbs, what do you mean?
Like you understand the music a lot more. Because initially when you first listen to it, you go, I don't like this.
I feel like we're different.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
I feel like we're different in that sense. It's like you can absorb a music that you don't like. Like no matter how many times I listen to a song that I don't vibe to, I don't like, I just will never like that song. And it's not a lot of songs. It's just that if I don't like a song, I'm not gonna vibe to it no matter how many times I listen to it. I'm always gonna skip it.
I'm a hater.
It doesn't matter.
I like to hate things. I really do.
I can see it. I can see it.
If I hate a song, I'm out. We're like.
But sometimes I won't even listen to. I'll have a playlist. I have a rap playlist that I love to listen to. I'll skip 90% of the songs and only want to listen to 10%, and it's always a different 10% no matter what day it is. And that's why I'm saying I'm a picky music listener, and I feel like some of you can relate to that. But like Kendrick, that's why I bring it back to Kendrick. I can always listen to no matter what. He has different flow, different vibes. It doesn't matter. I'll listen to it.
So is that part of the criteria for your greatest rapper then?
I think so. I think if I can listen to him, Coda Coda the French.
Coda the Friend. Hey, shout out Coda the Friend. Bro,
One
that
of
man,
my favorite rappers.
the man goes off.
If you haven't listened to him, and he's a very like he's not a popular artist. Coda, I've been listening to you for years. I loved your music. Okay, I'm a fanboy. Oh my god, if I could listen to you live,
Fanboy
awesome.
Benny.
fanboy vegan machine. No, I don't like it.
Fanboy Benny.
I don't like it.
Nobody did. Nobody liked it.
Fuck off. Who said nobody liked it? Maybe one person did.
If you liked that nickname, honestly, if you like either of our nicknames, just go ahead and drop a nickname for us in the comments. We keep saying in the comments like there's going to be people watching this.
Right. We don't know.
We don't know.
Our friends are going to watch it, but...
We hope our friends are going to watch it.
This is true.
At this point, we're about 40 minutes into this shit.
40 minutes?
If you watch this, we appreciate you.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with us for 40 minutes of your time. Of your time. Because this is our time. Like, we're not editing this. You're going to see this background. We're not changing it. This is us.
What's in our background right now? Right now, in the background, if we correctly do our video editing, you should be seeing a Velociraptor.
Right here.
Right here.
Wait. Right there. Yeah.
It's a Velociraptor babysitting a litter of pigs.
Which are all right here.
But
you'll see it.
But it's in the Vatican.
In the Vatican?
So
that's a lot of video editing.
If we get good at this,
yeah, it's gonna be realistic.
Yo,
very realistic.
I know that's what you guys are seeing right now. So,
we know it's what you're seeing.
So I know it's been going on this whole episode. But I just want to let you know that actually, what's behind us is just a wall and a closet, and there's a candle, which you could probably still see. But
that's shout out to Candle Theory.
Name drop. Hit us with a sponsor.
If you want to sponsor us, you know the drill. Candle Theory, smoked suede, smells fantastic.
It's pretty good. They got some good scents.
Brings your game up. If you're on a date, pull it out. Come on.
Set the mood. Set the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's, I think we're probably going to try to wrap that up then. I guess it's been a decent combo today.
Yeah, best rapper, what makes a burger the best burger?
Burgers and beats, baby.
Burgers and beats.
That should be the title. Battlestar Galactica.
For all those office nerds. You know who you are.
If you've made it this far, thank you for listening. We appreciate anybody who literally anybody.
You can shit talk us.
I don't even care if you hate watch this. If you hate watch this, good.
You still watched it, okay?
I don't care. But thanks for tuning in. This is a 2.5 Frisbees. It's a working title.
This is a 2.5 Frisbees.
You get it.
Yeah. All right. Good night.